So we got a new Craft movie, and it is not terrible. That's pretty much how I'll start this off. But director Zoe Lister-Jones definitely, I think, did a decent job, a valiant effort at putting out the second movie in this franchise, if we're going to call it that now, because this isn't a remake as much as it is a continuation of the first film. There are things that people won't like about this movie. It's not very scary. It doesn't have the goth elements that some of the other folks might like from the first movie, but there are a lot of elements that were kept in the story. New girl shows up that can be the fourth member of the group, and that's with a twist. One girl has a longtime crush, and that's with a twist. A group spell is put on a bad boy and done with a twist.
Wow, that is super nasty. Oh my God. All right, enough.
The witches crash a party, and everyone's looking at them, and it's done with a twist. And then obviously the witch crew breaks up, and it's done with a twist. But ultimately, what makes this film stand alone is that it didn't go by what happened first. It's not a straight one-to-one remake. It has a fresh end game of its own. Whether or not that end game is to your liking or not is a different question. But I mean, it's all still centered around that spirit, that Manon, that's obviously a troublemaker, because everyone that gets his powers is just running around doing craziness. One thing that I really liked about the film was that I believe these actresses were in high school, whereas I never thought Neve Campbell was in high school when I watched the original Craft. And with that stated, the correct age of the actresses, that actually lends to me feeling like this is similar to the remake of Charmed on CW, where like both versions of the 90s and then the 2000s entities that came out were serviceable. Neither show is that great. Neither movie is that stellar, but they both do their job pretty well for fantasy and witch movies, in my opinion. This movie does have a woke element, so whereas the first one goes in like the horror direction, this one goes in the message direction sometimes, and it focuses on the magic more. Magic isn't really treated as evil in this movie as much as it is in the prior movie. So they're going into different topics with the kids and what they're dealing with in high school, like LGBT issues, being a teen, minority, stuff like that. Overall, there was not a real breakout or noteworthy performance, but at its core, this is just a cool magic flick with witches in it, and it really shouldn't be considered a horror flick at all, which is a little concerning why they decided to put it out on Halloween, because it's not scary at all. I don't even think horror should be a portion in its category, but I guess if you can make beautiful creatures horror, then this can be horror. But my final verdict would be that this is worth it. I think you can enjoy this if you're, a part of the generation that it's targeted towards. You can enjoy it if you're a moderate fan of the original, and you can enjoy it if you're just a fan of fantasy, magic type stuff like that, sci-fi fan. You can definitely get into this movie. It's easy to follow. So let me know if you've seen The Craft in the comments below. What did you think of it? Did you like it? Do you agree? Are you mad you paid $20? And as always, if you like the video, like and subscribe, and we'll see you guys next time.